You wanna ride a wave? I wanna ride a wave. We gonna slide today. Hair is different. We got twists. Obviously, it's probably not gonna stay for long, but it's here for now. I think I might get some box braids at some point, maybe next month. But this is what we're rocking for the month. Um, yeah, it's morning vibes. Actually, it's 2:52 p.m. But none of that matters. None of that matters. Today, chat, I'm gonna be talking about relationships, I guess, kind of like we're gonna graze over the topic lightly, talk about some things, and that's about it. Also, there's no internet, so really chat is not chatting. You feel me? Chat is not chatting. If chat was chatting, chat would be on the screen. I'm just gonna let you guys know this. I have chat on the screen when I'm live, and if there's nothing on the screen, I'm probably not live. um Also, I am going live on Twitch. Flozy Loot, twitch.tv/Flozy, no, twitch.tv slash Pookie Luke underscore, and you'll find my Twitch. We go live there. Flozy Lou, Flozy.Lou is my Instagram. I don't really care for promoting it. It's really just, me and my close peoples. Yeah. Without further ado, let's get into this talk. So, when it comes to relationships, there's a lot to think about when it comes to them, especially like just think about it. It's obviously going to be a lot going into, what makes a relationship a relationship. Um W stream background, communication, talking, quality time, a lot of these things. If people are like, this is your love language, this is your love language, but and oftentimes when you have a relationship, all forms of love language will be utilized. Like quality time is so important for just anybody's relationship. They got to spend time with you, or else what do you have if you technically don't have a relationship if you don't spend time with your partner? So quality time will be put into play anyways. Words of affirmation will be needed when your partner needs reassurance, things like that. Okay. And so when it comes to Ellie talking about relationships, things I would look out for, um if I were you, trying to get into the dating field. Okay. I would say maybe like avoid getting into a relationship too quickly. Every relationship that starts too quickly tends to burn out just as quick as it started. That's just a general thing. I've seen that with some other people, but I've also seen it with myself when it's like when I like when like someone's like, oh yeah, let's just give it a go, and then I do the same instead of taking the slow pace that I do like. Then it does typically, turn out not for the best. It turns out for the worst, and it ends up ending very quickly. Um, Whether that means it ends in like a month range, it ends in like 2 month range, or it ends in week ranges. That's what I mean. Like if it like just take your time. If you don't feel like you know this person enough where you'd feel like super comfortable dating them, then maybe don't be afraid to take a little bit more time away. Obviously, yeah. Don't be afraid to take it slow is what I'm trying to say. Because taking it slow is honestly way better. Like I had some of the healthiest long lasting relationships just taking it slow and getting to know the person prior to getting into a relationship. I'm not talking about the friends to lover pipeline, but you can like not get into an official relationship that quickly. You know? I guess that's why the talking stage exists, guys. So you don't do that. But yeah, it's just a talking stage feels so fickle. I like to be like, here's the way I like to do it. I like to say, oh, if I'm talking to you, then I'm only talking to you, and I like to actually fall true to that. So it's like we have like that respect and that boundary put in place, but we're not in a relationship. We're just both mutually agreeing that we're only talking to each other and only seeing each other. Um, and yeah, we're not in a relationship, so there's no like thing. It's just like, yeah. And if you're like, oh, I found somebody else, and they're like, oh, okay. But it's like you're not making yourself vulnerable to get hurt by someone. by doing that, you're just like, it's just communicating. It's just communicating. You're just like, I'm gonna let you know that you're the only person I'm gonna talk to, and if you're gonna talk to other people, please, let me know. You could always check out your other options too. Just communicate. Tell people that. That's what I like to do. So it's just like, I'm not throwing my heart out there for anyone to break it, but at the same time, I'm not wasting my time, you know? And after, like, hey, don't be afraid to pop the question. Like, don't be afraid to ask a question like, we're sitting here, I'm doing all this investing of time and energy into you. Is this ever gonna go somewhere? And if the answer to that is no, then it's like, pull your energy out, babes. Go do something else. Can I get away with saying the word babes? I want to get away with it so bad. But I don't know if people would let me. Would the people let me do it? I don't know. I don't know. Something that I learned in some of my past relationships is attachment styles. There's anxious, avoidant, and secure. I think there's also anxious avoidant, which is the combination of both. There's all of those, which makes four, I think. And so a secure attachment is basically the most healthy. That's where you want to be. Anxious attachment is where you get like an anxious feeling, obviously, from someone being away from you. You'd probably wonder, oh, what are they doing? Where are they? I hope they're okay. Why aren't they texting me all the time? Why aren't they calling? Just those basic things. And yeah, I think for that, just yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. I would say you could ask, but I get that anxious attachment would just be like always asking for reassurance, and asking for reassurance is fine, especially if it's from your partner. Your partner shouldn't be annoyed by you asking for reassurance. I know in my very first relationship, my ex-partner, they would always ask for reassurance, and I didn't understand why they'd ask for it, because obviously it was my first relationship and I was very young when I got in it. And so I was like, I don't understand why you need so much reassurance. I tell you, I would never cheat on you. Like, I am in love with you. You're the only person I look at, the only person I care about, all these things. I would just say this consistently. Like, I would never look in anyone else's direction. You're the one for me. Like, you're the person I love. Like, and I said that so early accidentally. I didn't mean to say it, because like it was a video, but it's like a video that said it. And yeah, and it wasn't until like 4 months and that I was actually ready to say it. But yeah, um you know what I mean, you know it's like I didn't understand reassurance. But don't be afraid to it's not about them not trusting you. It's just anxiety. They're afraid that they're not good enough for you and that you'll find someone better, which is obviously not the case if you're in that goddamn relationship. So that's my piece. And for avoidant, these are the people that like you get close to, and then they start taking steps back. They start doing this. They're like, oh, I got to know you. It seems like things are going great, but at a slight, you're like, I know you good enough. They start taking steps away from you. So that's like slightly detached. An anxious avoidant is someone who's like, they they get to know you, and then they get scared because their emotions start coming into play, and then because of that, they start taking steps back out of fear that it'll all just go away. They don't want to get hurt. So I feel like I've been a little bit of everywhere. And if you have to, then yeah. But I think there were some things they went over, like ways. I watched a video where it's this guy going over ways you can like get yourself out of that, and it was just like what I tried to do to fill my anxious attachment, because it was extremely hard. I had one LDR. If you don't know what an LDR is, it's a long distance relationship. I had multiple different relationships. It was just like I had only one long distance relationship, and it was the worst relationship I've ever been in. So I don't think I can do long distance. It's like I try to compromise with long distance, because I'm like, okay, if my partner's across the world, one day we're gonna come together. But if that person's feeling like I love my place, and I love my place. The more, what's the point? You know, so obviously communication in long distance relationships key in any relationship, but long distance especially. God dang, especially. Okay, I had anxious attachment because of that. And the time zone and the time difference was obviously a really major big thing. So it was a 6 hour time difference. That's mad time. So something that I started doing was I was starting to force myself to like get back into the things that I wanted to do. It was really hard to find time where we could both talk. Like in the mornings, I'd want to have like time to myself, but it'd be afternoon for my ex. It'd be afternoon for my partner at the time. So it was like I want like they want to start communicating with me now, and I want to have some time alone, but when it's towards the nighttime or towards the afternoon or the evening, and I'm like very much wanting to talk to this person, they're busy doing something else. And when they're working, I'm asleep. When I'm working, they're asleep. But at the same time, it's just like there was like it was extremely hard to find time. So if you have anxious avoid not anxious attachment, um, I'd say go back to doing the things you really like. I know you miss that person, but there's other people. Um, not there's other people. No, I don't mean that. I mean just talk about it. I mean, if you're, uh, uh, I don't have advice really. I'm not really good at that. I'm not really good at giving you advice for something because if I'm not past it, how am I gonna give you advice for that? You know, I like to talk about something when I'm past it, and I am technically past it, but at the same time, it's different because the thing that I learned from that long distance relationship the most, besides that attachment style that I had to pull myself away from, which I did. It's just like I don't think there was like any large thing that did it. It was just like I figured it out, and then I started snapping things off one at a time. So it's like low self-esteem. You're afraid. You're afraid that maybe you're not good enough. Oh, you're afraid somebody will appear the way you appeared into their life. Things like that. Just slowly building down those blocks and reassurance into obviously talking to your partner a little bit, a little bit, a little bit by a little bit. You'll get further than you were when you started. Okay? Trust, trust. I see you, you see me. Yeah, that's what I'd have to say. Low self-esteem in a relationship, you just gotta work on yourself and work on the relationship. Very difficult to do both. But who says you can't grow together? Unless it's a really big big thing you got going on. Who says you can't grow together? I say you can. Like Ben Platt said, why can't we grow together? We don't have to grow apart. We can grow together. But yeah, um, what's one other thing? I already covered the don't get into a relationship too quickly. I'm gonna cover this topic too. Don't spill your beans about your relationship to anyone and everyone. Like, don't always go seeking out for people's advice for your relationship because obviously no one's gonna know your relationship more than you. The only reason why I'd go seeking advice from someone else, if you're seeking relationship advice from someone else, I'd say it's probably because you're looking at something and there's two sides of that coin. There's the delusion that you created in your mind, and then there's the reality of it and what goes behind that reality and the denial of that reality. Partially. Or you just need like a different perspective. I know when I was looking for different perspectives about my relationships from like literally everyone and anyone, it would always be because there was a reality that um let's say we were arguing a lot, there was a reality that we'd get in fights, we got a lot of disagreements, there's this reality where it's like this that is happening, right? And all of a sudden we get into a fight and then you're ghost. You're a ghost, right? Let's say that's the reality in my relationship. Then I go to my friends and I'm like, I'm very sorry and I keep apologizing, but this topic keeps getting brought up and they want me to apologize, but they're not willing to apologize to me, right? But you're like, but honestly, it really was my fault. If that's what you think, it really just depends on what you did. But it's just like, it's like, come together. It takes two to tango. It takes two to argue. It takes two to argue. It takes two to make it work. And it takes two to communicate. You know, it takes two to tango. And so just, take accountability, take a responsibility. You can try to hold someone accountable as much as you want, but often holding someone accountable is not gonna make them better. Like it'll do some good, but they really gotta like they really have to accept it for themselves that what they did was wrong, you know? One other thing. I'm gonna briefly cover this as well. Anyone who has friends that they think is like slightly like you'd slightly like if you were given the chance you'd make out with them. What are you well, are you just waiting for your chance? Man, I just wanted to acknowledge those people. I don't really have any advice for you. You're probably cooked. Just GG's, good luck. That's just all I wanted to cover. I did a video on this that I never posted about like relationship red flags, I think. But something I'd say is a green flag, which I think can vary, is the desire. If someone desires to be with you or like spend time with you, or they're just using anything and everything to like get some time, as long as it's not like as long as it's not like they're pushing your boundaries or anything, then yeah. And obviously you don't want to really mess with someone who like continuously breaks your boundaries after you express that it's a boundary consistently. Like if you tell someone it's a boundary and they continue to like break that boundary even after you like reiterated it at least 5 or 3 times, I think 3 times is the max time I'm gonna bring it up, but just in case, because some people forget, um yeah, you obviously don't want to you don't want to have any relationship that like breaks your boundaries or makes you uncomfortable. Any people that do that, you don't want friends that make you extremely uncomfortable. And yeah, don't be afraid to express your emotions to your friends too. That is like it's like um such a weight off your chest to just talk to your friends and express how you're feeling and express why you're taking breaks. Okay, that's it. That's all I gotta say about relationships. I know it's not real guru talk, but the real guru talk might come out. I might release the video. I might drop it. I recorded it in like January or December. I probably recorded it in January. So about 3 months ago. That's probably when I recorded the video. I might drop it. I might not. I got tons of videos I filmed and didn't drop, so we'll see. We'll see what's going on. But go check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/PookieLuke_, and you'll find me. And yeah, I do be streaming on the casual sometimes. I do a lot of digital art, but mostly I just like to chill and talk. I'm trying to find a way to incorporate gaming content, but it's like I don't want to do gaming content if you guys don't get this microphone and that webcam, then it's like, what's the point? I want to do gaming content a little bit, like gaming streams, but I just got to get the specs right. So for now, we're doing digital arts and talks, and just whatever. I just be chilling on stream, just doing whatever. A lot of art projects. I just be doing my business with y'all. Y'all my homies. Y'all my homies. Yeah. Sun rays is hitting right now, bro. I feel like a real guru. Anyways, peace out. See y'all in another one. The stream gonna continue, chat. The stream gonna continue, chat. Don't worry. But the video is not. So Yeah, that was my topic on love. I used to have a podcast to talk about this stuff in specific, but I think I really like doing like these videos instead. This is also my podcast setting on stream. Like OBS, I have a podcast thing, or like my mic settings are totally altered, so it's like more silent. But yeah, peace and love. I love you, amazing, wonderful, beautiful human beings, and I hope to see you guys on another video or maybe even a stream. Come check it out. We just hit a Twitch milestone of 15 followers. Not that it's like, but yeah, I'm still trying to hit like 80 subs on my main channel. So if you see that, go check out my main channel as well. It's a little empty only because I don't have internet and my editing software is not cooking up. And like there's a lot of but if this video comes out, just know my editing software is back to cooking up. So that means we back. The only problem is I don't have a camera, so we're not back completely. I might just drop one video and then go ghost until I get until I get a phone, basically. Until I get a phone, y'all. Until I get a phone. But if y'all can support that channel and support this one and go support my Twitch too, that's love. That's love. That's love. You loving the crew? I probably shouldn't reference that. People really don't be effing with Drake. You loving the crew? I think The Weeknd is in that song too. I found it on the weekend, but Drake is that old Drake. Anyways, I'm stalling. Peace.